Hi friends, I'm going to talk about 5 things which is common in H1N1 influenza virus and coronavirus. I'm Dr. Chitra from Sri Polyclinic Bangalore, primary care physician. First thing is, both of them are viruses. So if you're going to think of antibiotics when you're infected, it's not going to help you at all. Second thing, the mode of spread. Both of them have a common mode of spread, that is by droplet infection. Either by coughing and sneezing, we do spread the virus through droplet infections. And also it comes when you come in contact with innate object which is being infected by the virus. For example, the blankets, the doorknob, the mobiles, the gadgets, the doors, etc. And third thing is saliva. We can transmit both these infections by kissing and also by sharing the same water bottle. Influenza virus is lighter and it spreads with the flow of air. But coronavirus is a little bit heavy one. So when you cough and sneeze, it immediately settles down to the floor. So that's the difference. And what are the symptoms? They both share a common spectrum of symptoms. That is your fever, cough, throat pain, body ache, myalgia, low back pain, and also vomiting, nausea sensation, a feeling of sickness, extreme fatigue, diarrhea sometimes, and in the end it could lead to renal failure, etc. The spectra of symptoms for both H1N1 and corona is very similar, so it's very difficult even as a physicians to differentiate between these two. And what about the vulnerable population? Both corona and H1N1 influenza, they attack a particular spectra of population. So who are they? Children below 5 years, though the symptoms are lesser and the severity of children infected are lesser, and people above 65, they are the greatest red zone of people who are likely to get infected from both H1N1 and corona. People with AIDS, HIV, people who have undergone organ transplantation, like example liver and kidney, people who are having diabetes, who's having comorbid conditions, people who are having lesser immunity, allergy people who are having asthma, people who take alcohol, who are smokers, are more prone to this viruses. Also cancer patients, people on chemotherapy, the population who's taking more of steroids, the lesser fit population, they're all prone to this infection. Coming to the prevention, both corona and H1N1, they have a very similar pattern of prevention. It is better to prevent these diseases than to acquire them and get cured. So the best way will be to frequently wash your hands with soap and water, which is the best method. But then if you're outside, just carry yourself a very highly concentrated alcohol based hand sanitizers. Whenever you cough or sneeze, please do wear a mask, or when you not accessible to a mask or a tissue paper, just bend on your elbow like this and cough down towards the floor, bending your head downwards. So this way you can prevent the droplet from getting disseminated into the air. And also the prevention method will be having healthy food, avoiding crowded places, and for H1N1, yes, there is 100% prevention by having a flu vaccination. And coming to therapeutic measures, we do have treatment for H1N1. So if you have any of these symptoms, walking to the doctors will be able to tell you whether you have come in contact with a common cold or something like H1N1, or it's a coronavirus. And if it is H1N1, it's very easy to cure you and also to vaccinate everybody who's come in contact with you, so we can curtail the spread. But then if it is corona, also there is medical measures. Not everyone who's suffering from corona have a bad prognosis. 96 to 97% of them have a self-limiting and a very simple minor disease, and they do come out of it in a bad way. So watch in my next video to see the differences between H1N1 and coronavirus. Till then, if there is any issues, just message us. Stay fit, stay healthy. Thank you.